What's going on, everybody? We are back, Club 50 Sports. You know what it is. Right now, we are about to start talking some fantasy football. I know us football fans, I know a lot of you out there are heavily involved in fantasy football. And now I'm about to give you a little bit of info.
Yes, yes, Adam. Yes, our first fantasy football segment of the year, man. I'm looking forward to see like what you have for us for week two. Who are your sleepers? I know that we're gonna bench Tua. I know that he's gonna get benched. Who do you think is a good pickup for if someone like me has Tua in their fantasy league? But like who are you picking up? What are you looking at that might
Well,
be out there?
yeah, you know that there's probably not going to be a whole bunch of quarterbacks out there, but I've seen someone who has been quite serviceable, and that's Sam Darnold in Minnesota.
Oh
He's got
yes.
he's got a lot of weapons out there. They've kicked off the season, actually had a big win against the San Francisco 49ers today. And in the meantime, in between time, I think that this guy will be very serviceable for you. He's only owned in like 15% of leagues, so you've got an 85% chance of being able to go out there and pick him up. Um, Again, the higher tier guys, you may not be able to get them, but even
Correct.
if you do have like a Trevor Lawrence or something like that, a guy like that may be out there as well. You can look to him in the meantime as well. But Sam Darnold is definitely somebody who you can go out there and get, I can assure you, and he'll be serviceable for a few weeks.
Do you think who do you have as sleepers coming up? We got some nice matchups coming up next week. Do you have any sleepers that you think can do good that might break out?
I,
Um,
I've got a few guys. I've got a few guys. I want you guys to look into Quentin Johnson in LA. This
okay,
Chargers wide receiver, he looks like he may be carving out his space as the number one wide receiver in Los Angeles. Of course, we know he has Justin Herbert, and he also has a guy who's familiar to winning in the National Football League, one Jim Harbaugh. So I think that he's going to turn that organization around. I think he'll turn that program around, and be on the lookout for Quentin Johnson. He's only owned in 7% of Yahoo leagues. So you got a 93% chance of going out there and picking this kid up. He's out there on the waiver wire. Go get him.
oh, nice, interesting. It's okay. That's good, Adam. That's good. Now, do you have any quarterback that might break through for next week? Do you have anyone out there? You think somebody might have a big game, a good matchup? They have a pretty good matchup for next week that they could probably throw in for like 3 touchdowns, maybe 300 yards, like Derek Carr did today against the Cowboys. I know.
Yeah,
Well, it was Alvin Kamara, but Derek Carr did have another big game today, also against the Cowboys.
yeah, that was unfortunate. And I don't appreciate you bringing that up. By the way, um, you know, what I mean, you know you're wrong for that. You ain't no damn good. Um, but I do like, as tough as it is to say, these these games against these top tier quarterbacks don't usually work well for my Cowboys. I actually like Lamar Jackson against the Cowboys next
Ooh,
week. Micah Parsons, his ability to rush the quarterback um, is lessens or goes down when you're dealing with an athletic quarterback who's able to get outside the tackles. So definitely look into somebody like And again, I'll tell you this: Lamar is 100% owned in every league. So if you don't have him, don't even worry about it. Just hope that you're not going against him next week. But I think that he could definitely have a big day.
okay, all right.
It
Okay.
was fun.
It was fun. All right. So to end our little segment here of fantasy, Who are you benching next week? Who do you think might have a bad week next week?
I'm telling you, this guy is owned in 90% of leagues. Zaire White for the Los Angeles Raiders. This Madison has shown that he is the guy who they're going to lean on out there in Las Vegas. And White has not been getting a lot of touches. He hasn't been getting the type of volume that everybody expected. So he's definitely a guy who has not produced anything up to this point in the season. I think that you're safe to bench him until we see something change or something otherwise.
Well, there's the man, Adam. Adam will be here every single week, as we will be here every single week in Club 50, giving you some fantasy football insight. Stay tuned and stay tuned for our next segment. We'll be right back. Club 50 Sports. Here we go.
Woo.